Hello everyone, welcome to my video. Today is Monday the 7th of October 2019. My name is Dan Kita from Thailand. In this video, I would like to talk about the true Dharma or Nirvana for only people who have the most wisdom. If you are a real person who want to attain Nirvana in this life, you have to listen to me early because I have attained Nirvana for past 16 years. I'm ready to help everyone on this road attain Nirvana in this life as well. I'm ready. Ha-ha! But are you ready? It's up to you. The topic to speak in this video is the true Dharma in Buddhism is what you see right here now. From now on, I would like to talk about the true Dharma in Buddhism is what you see right here now. What does it mean? Let me explain. You know, what you see right here now in every life from birth to death. It doesn't mean anything. It's not mean anything. What you see right here now, you see in the way you see, you hear in the way you hear, you feel in the way you feel. Can you understand me? It doesn't mean anything. You can't understand in the meaning. You can't understand in the meaning of everything, what you see or hear. It's a personal. It's a personal understand. You feel the way you feel. You hear the way you hear. Can you understand me? What you see right here now in every life. What you see right here now in every life is true Dharma in Buddhism. It's very simple. It's easy to understand. You see in the way you see all the time. You hear in the way you hear. You can't understand in the meaning of what you see right here now. You can't understand. What do we understand? What do we hear? What do we see? It cannot tell each other. What do we see? What do we hear? What do we understand? What? Can you understand me? What we see and hear in everyday life is very simple. It's true Dharma in Buddhism. What you see and hear now is without fictional language, without fictional name. It cannot tell each other what we see, what do we see, what do we hear. You can't understand in the meaning of everything what you see by nature. It cannot tell each other what do we hear, what do we see, what do we understand. It's very simple. This is true Dharma. You know, the true Dharma in Buddhism, there is nothing to teach. Every story I convey is what created by me. I want you to understand about the flavors idea or thought process. Because the idea is the heart of quenching of false suffering. If you want to overcome anger, overcome suffering, and finally you want to attain Nirvana in this life, you must try to understand every story I convey in this video. The Dharma practice in Buddhism is very simple. Realizing our thought and realizing our body movement to end suffering. You know, everything you have seen you have heard in everyday life. Everything you have seen, you have heard in everyday life. It doesn't mean anything. It's not mean anything. But human on this earth, name it. Human on this earth, name to what we see over here. There are three pies. There are three pies. What you see over here now, human on this earth, name it. There are three pies. The first one is, okay. The first one is nature pies. The second one is human being type. And the last one is an invention type. Let me explain. The word nature, the word human being, the word invention, it does not really exist. All of these words, it's just the fictional name. It's just a fictional language. The meaning of nature, of human being, of an invention, it does not really exist. We believe in the meaning of nature, human being, and invention because we were taught from birth to death to believe in the meaning of nature, human being, invention. Can you understand me? In reality, it doesn't mean nature, it doesn't mean human being, it doesn't mean invention, but we were taught to believe. This word, it means nature, it means human being, it means invention. And you can understand in the meaning of nature, you can understand in the meaning of human being and the meaning of an invention. Where can I find the meaning of nature? Where can I find the meaning of human being and invention? You know, in this talk, please believe. This word is really, in this talk, please believe. This word is to be true. Temporarily, for understanding, communication. But in reality, this word, it does not really exist. Why did I say it? You know, in reality, Dharma of Truth or Nirvana, it's not possible to teach one another because there is nothing to teach. The true Dharma in Buddhism is a pure dimension. It's universal truth. It doesn't have the fictional language, so it's no assumption and no rules to explain. This is the reason that I have to borrow the fictional language to create content and story to talk to you for understanding about the frailest idea or thought process. Can you understand me? In this talk, I didn't teach you anything. I didn't teach you to believe me. But you must try to understand every story I convey in this video. Can you understand me? Okay, let me explain. The word nature, the word human being, the word invention. Now, it's really, as you understand it, the word nature, you know. What we see over here now, there are three pies. The first one is nature. Second one is human being. And the last one is invention. The word nature, the word human being, the word invention, it was created by human on this earth for understanding, communication temporarily. You know, nature, the word nature, such as, the word nature, such as, the word nature. From nature to become tree, from nature to become canal, from nature to become water, from nature to become the sky, from nature to become ground. Can you understand me? And from human being to become our, from human being to become us, from human being to become my father, my mother, my son, my daughter. Can you understand me? And from an invention, there are a lot of invention on this world. There are a lot of invention on this world. Invention to become water bottle, being book, being guitar, etc. And invention. This invention. From invention become a bottle of water. From invention become a book. From invention being a guitar. Can you understand me? From invention become a guitar. As I told you, what you see over here now, there are 3 types. Can you understand me? There are 3 types. Please believe this story is to be true. Further standing, communication temporarily. But every story in this talk does not really exist. It's what created by me to talk to you. Further standing about the fairest idea or thought process. I didn't teach you anything. I didn't teach you to believe me. Can you understand me? Every story I convey in this video, you must try to understand very much as possible. If you want to overcome anger, overcome suffering, and finally, you want to attain the right this right, you have to listen to me only. Can you understand me? I didn't teach you anything. I didn't teach you to believe me, but I talk to you. I don't teach you. I talk to you. It's different. I talk to you. Can you understand me? The nature. What we see over here now, there are 3 types. There are 3 types. The first one is nature. From nature become tree, become canal, become cloud, become the sky, become water, become river, become canal. And from human being, become hour, become us, become father, become mother, become son, become daughter, etc. And from invention to become a bottle of water, to become a book. Can you understand me? It's really simple to understand. You know, what we see over here now in everyday life, you see in the way you see, you hear in the way you hear, you feel in the way you feel. It's natural. This is true Dharma in Buddhism. You understand in the meaning of everything what you see over here. Can you understand me? What do we understand? What do we hear? What do we see? It cannot tell each other. Can you understand me? This is personal understanding. Can you understand me? This is personal understanding. Okay. Now, I want to tell you, what you see over here now in reality, it doesn't mean nature, it doesn't mean human being, it doesn't mean an invention. But please believe, nature, human being, and invention is to be true. Further understanding, communication temporarily. Because the true Dharma in Buddhism, there is nothing to teach. It's a pure invention. It's universal truth. It doesn't have the fictional language. This story in this chat is what created by me to talk to you, further understand, to what we see over here now in everyday life. In reality, what we see over here now in everyday life, it doesn't mean nature, it doesn't mean human being, it doesn't mean an invention. Can you understand me? You see in the way you see, you hear in the way you hear. It doesn't mean anything. When we believe that this is human, from human being become our, from human being become my father, from human being become my wife, my son, my daughter, my property. Where can I find the meaning of my wife? Where can I find? When we believe that this, we call this, we call this. It doesn't mean a tree. It doesn't mean invention. We call this. It doesn't mean a pen. This, we call this. Can you understand me? When we believe or accept that this is our true self, there will be my wife happen. There will be my wife. There will be my son. There will be my property. There will be anger. There will be anger. There will be happiness. When we believe or accept that this is our true self, when we believe or accept that this our true self, a thought was create happiness. A thought, the idea was create my son, anger, my wife, suffering. And then I say, I have suffering. When we believe this is our true self, when we believe or accept that this, in reality, it doesn't mean human being. It doesn't mean human being. It doesn't mean an invention. It doesn't mean invention. I say an invention to become a guitar. It doesn't mean a guitar. It doesn't mean an invention. All that I said in this talk, it's just what happened to the mind full awareness or mental phenomena. Can you understand me? It's really simple to understand. Dharma practice in Buddhism. It's not about birth, not about meditation, not about mindfulness training. Can you understand me? What we see over here now, is true Dharma in Buddhism. It's very simple to understand. In this talk, I don't teach you anything, because the true Dharma in Buddhism is not possible to teach each other, because there is nothing to teach. Can you understand me? I told you, the true Dharma in Buddhism is not about merit, not about meditation, not about mindfulness training. So, what you see over here now in everyday life, it doesn't mean nature, it doesn't mean human being, it doesn't mean invention. It doesn't. It doesn't mean anything. You see in the way you see, you hear in the way you hear, you feel in the way you feel. You can understand the meaning of what you see over here. personal understanding, it cannot tell each other what do we see, what do we hear, what do we feel, what do we understand. Can you understand me? It's really simple. Simple to understand. Dharma practice in Buddhism is knowing our thought and knowing our body movement to end suffering. Can you understand me? When we believe that this, everything on this planet, we call this only. We call this. But this human on this earth, name it a guitar. Where can I find the meaning of a guitar? It's in your thought, it's in my thought. This. It doesn't mean an invention. It doesn't mean a guitar, because we were taught to believe this is an invention. An invention. Can you understand me? Invention. And name it a guitar. Yes. In reality, the word invention and a guitar, it does not really exist. In this talk, I try to talk to you further about the various idea of thought process. The various idea of thought process, it does not really exist. It doesn't belong to anyone on this earth. The various idea or thought process is not yours, it's just mine. When we believe that this, but we were taught to believe this, it means it means my father, it means my son, my friend, my wife. This, it means a guitar is my property. Can you understand it? Where can I find the meaning of a guitar? The meaning of a bottle of water? The meaning of a book? The meaning of suffering? Where can I find the meaning of a guitar? It's just a fictional name. A bottle of water. The word a bottle of water, it doesn't mean this. We were taught to believe this. It means a bottle of water. You know, this word, a bottle of water, it doesn't mean this and this. It doesn't mean this word, a bottle of water. Now, you see in the way you see, we call true Dharma. Now, you see in the way you see, you can understand in the way you understand. It's true Dharma. Can you understand me? It doesn't mean anything. I show you. In the art of true Dharma, we call what happened to the mind through awareness or mental phenomena. You see now in the way you see. You see now in the way you see. As soon as you see this word, which wrote that a bottle of water, it depends on how we want to teach to believe. The word a bottle of water maybe mean the word a bottle of water maybe mean this. This word a bottle of water maybe mean this. Maybe mean this. Maybe mean. Can you understand me? This word does not really exist. We were taught to believe in the meaning of a bottle of water. It means when you find this, it doesn't mean this word. It has no this word. It doesn't have this word. When you find this, when you see this, it doesn't have this word. But when you see this word, there will be this picture in your thought. We call the first idea or thought process. We interpret. We were taught to believe in the word a bottle of water. As soon as you see this word, you interpret this word into this. We were taught to believe this word. It means this. But when you see this, you see in the way you see, you hear in the way you hear. You can't understand everything in the way you understand. It cannot tell each other when you see this. It doesn't have this word because this word, it that's what happened to the mind through awareness, and this, it that's what happened to the mind through awareness. You know, everything we have seen, we have heard from birth to death. Everything we have seen, we have heard from birth to death. It's just what happened to the mind through awareness or mental phenomena. It doesn't mean anything. It not mean anything. In this talk, I try to talk to you for understand 3 types. The first type is nature. Second is human being. And the third is an invention. That first understanding is other. You must try to understand every story I convey in this video in order to not have to understand each other anymore, because the meaning of understanding does not really exist. I said it. That it sounds strange. Have you ever heard someone say like me? No. I said it because I have attained Nirvana for past 16 years. I want to help everyone on this earth attain Nirvana in this life. Can you understand me? It's very simple. The true Dharma, the true wisdom, the ultimate wisdom of true Dharma in Buddhism. We study only the subject of the mind. We did not study about human existence. This it's not about it. It doesn't mean human. We are just something happening to the human mind from receiving. Everything you have seen, you have heard in everyday life, it doesn't mean anything. It's not mean anything. But human on this earth, name it. The first time, name it. And nature. What you see over here now, human on this earth. Human on this earth. There are 3 types. The first one is nature. Second one, human being. The last one, invention. That first understanding, temporary communication, but in reality, every story I convey in this video, every story I talk to you, it's just a fictional language. A story in this talk was created by me. The meaning of language I use in speaking in this video, it does not really exist. You can understand every story I convey because we were taught to believe in the meaning of the language. The language we use in speaking in every life, whether spoken language and written language, it's just a fictional language. Both of the languages, it doesn't mean anything. It's not mean anything. You know, in the true Dharma or Dharma in Buddhism, It's hardly to say because there is nothing to teach. A story in this talk is suitable for only people who have the most wisdom. People who can understand in this talk must be count as a person. That how many people are there who can understand this talk? Can you understand me? Every story I convey in this video is not really exist. It's not creating. It's what created by me. A story in this talk. I try to talk to you for understanding about the favorite idea or thought process. A favorite idea or thought process, it doesn't belong to anyone research. It's not sure, it's not mine. If you can understand every story I convey this video, you can know that. You can know that no one suffering, no one happiness. Because suffering is just a thought. A book, a guitar, a bottle of water, my wife, my property, etc. Anger, suffering, happiness, depression, anxiety, etc. It's just a thought. It's not really exist. It's just a thought. Where can I find the meaning of this? Where can I find the meaning of happiness, depression, and anxiety? Where can I find the meaning of my wife, my property, a bottle of water? It's just a thought. It's very simple to understand. All right, I said, what you see over here now in every life is the true Dharma in Buddhism. Please bear in mind. But people on this earth misunderstanding. People on this earth believe in the meaning of language we use in speaking. We believe this is free. Believe this is a bottle of water. Believe this is a book. Believe this is our. This is my wife. Believe it. My son. Believe it. My wife. Believe suffering. Believe it. My property. My son. Where can I find my wife, my son? We were taught to believe in the meaning of my son, my wife. Where can I find? It's just a thought. Take your right hand. Take your right hand and hold your left hand and say, this is my hand, this is my left hand, this is my body. And say, repeat after me. I have suffered. Repeat after me. I have suffered. I have happiness. Where can I find? I have suffered. I have happiness. I have suffering. This is my arm. This is my body. This is my leg. Where can I find? Where can I find the meaning of my body, my left hand? Repeat after me. I have suffering. I have happiness. I have suffering. I have happiness. It's just only a thought. Want to say that. Where can I find the meaning of suffering? Oh, I am suffering. I have suffering. I have suffering. I have my wife. I have my son. Repeat after me. I have my wife. I have my son. I have suffering. I have happiness. Where can I find the meaning of my wife, my son, happiness? It's in your thought. It's in my thought. When you say, I have my wife, I have my son, I have suffering, I have happiness. I have my arm, I have my leg, I have my body. Where can I find the meaning of it? Where can I find? It's just a thought. Want to say that. If you say, I have suffering, I have happiness, I have my son, I have my wife, can you realize as your thought? It's want to say this word. Repeat after me. I have my wife, I have my son, I have my property. Where can I find the meaning of my wife, my property, my son? Can you realize as your thought? You just want to say this word, I have my wife, I have my son, but you cannot realize as your thought. Now you are thinking, can you understand me? All right, I said, I want to talk to you for understanding about the favorite idea or thought process. The favorite idea or thought process, it doesn't belong to anyone on this earth. It's not being, it doesn't really exist. Can you understand me? So, what you see right here now in everyday life is the true Dharma in Buddhism. But people on this earth misunderstanding, believe in the meaning of suffering, my wife, a bottle of water, anger, happiness, a guitar. All that I show you, all that I said. Where can I find the meaning of all that I said? It's just a thought, it's just a fictional language. It's what created by humans on this earth for communication, understanding temporarily. It does not really exist. The true Dhamma in this talk is suitable for people who have the most wisdom only. Can you understand me? In this talk, it's suitable for people who want to attain Nirvana in this life. Please bear in mind. Okay.